What's up, everyone? My name is Lee, and I want to first start this video out saying that you are not alone. You're not alone, no matter what you have, no matter what you deal with. Anxiety, depression, OCD, bipolar, schizophrenia, whatever it may be, you're not alone. The reason I want to preface this is that I thought I was alone until I started looking online, and quickly I realized that I wasn't alone. Now, this video is about antidepressants and my experience with them, but it's very important to me to let you know that you're not alone. When we are alone, we feel helpless. When we feel helpless, we make irrational decisions. You are loved. You are perfect in the way God made you. Love yourself for who you are and embrace it. So to get started, I want to take you through this video regarding my journey, my mental health, and how I got to taking antidepressants. Currently, I'm not on an antidepressants. I've not been on any for 8 to 9 months now. And I was on antidepressants prior to this for 11 and a half months. So I'm going to take you back with my journey, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, hitting that like button. I will much appreciate it. This channel is for you. This channel is for everyone who deals with any mental health issues. So let's get started. I want to first note that anywhere from 18 to 24, I was around people that had anxiety, and I would see them take Klonopins, Xanax, whatever it may be. And I had this notion that, man, I've never seen people take any antidepressant medication or ever talk about it. And I always see them as taking a Klonopin or Xanax at night and feeling really good and all that kind of stuff, and using it recreationally. So I had this notion that, oh, these people are just take this and make an excuse to have anxiety. And I don't know if they actually were prescribed any antidepressants. I'm sure they were. And maybe they took, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But what I am saying is that I had a notion that, hey, just man up, like get over it. You know, if you have something, work on it and get through it, and you'll be fine. And when you actually have anxiety, you actually deal with something that quickly fades away, and you look back at yourself and say, man, what was I talking about? But a lot of this is because I didn't relate to it. And there is this common misconception that, hey, get over it, you know, just do whatever you have to do. And I would be the first to admit that that's how I used to think. So a couple years back, 3 to 4 years ago, I had been dealing with, some intrusive thoughts that came into my mind, worst case scenario thoughts. And a lot of you out there watching this video can relate to that. And you just keep going wrapping around your mind, so to speak. And you can't get over stuff. I would call friends, I would talk to family, try to get extra validation that, hey, what if this happened? What if that happened? And it's a common mechanism that many of us use to deal with worst case scenario thoughts. So, I would talk to people and tell them what I was dealing with, and they would say, get over it, family members, friends, whoever it would be. And that makes you feel helpless. And then I got into YouTube and other blogs and other forums, and I quickly saw that I wasn't alone. So I decided with my provider to start taking sertraline, which is better known as Zoloft antidepressant. I took it for a week. I felt horrible. As many of you know that have taken antidepressants, the first 2 weeks suck, especially the first week. Very up and down, since it is a serotonin inhibitor. And I stopped. Long story short, 6 to 8 months later, I was in a period of my life where my intrusive thoughts, my anxiety, my OCD was getting in my way of living my life. And I decided to get back on them. Got through the first week and a half or two, 30 days came, I felt pretty balanced then. And the thing about antidepressants is every day on them, the better you feel most of the time outside of that 1 to 2 week window when you're really feeling like this emotionally, energy-wise, whatever other side effects you might have, migraines, and feeling tired, and just feeling out of it completely. So, another 30 days went by. I was 60 days on Zoloft. Felt better than I did 30 days ago. 90 days, felt better than I did 60 days on it. So on and so forth. And really 6 months, probably like a very good time period where I could say I felt very, very good. I felt like a lot of these thoughts that would come into my mind would quickly go out and I could fizzle them away. And the main thing I've really learned while being on Zoloft is that, yes, while we are dealing with anxiety, OCD, depression through our genes, through family passing it down to us, a lot of it's habit too. And I'm not discrediting anything to do with my genes, because my grandma had really bad anxiety. A lot of other people in my family had other issues, and definitely a genetic thing. But at the same time, during my time on Zoloft, I was able to build habits. And that was a great thing about Zoloft. I started off on 25 milligrams. I think I started off the second time I did it, 12 and a half for the first 3 or 4 days to slowly get that way. I'm not up and down the way I felt. I'm more like this. And then I took 25 and I just kind of stay like that. I still felt like crap, but it wasn't as bad. Got to 50 milligrams, 75 milligrams, 100 milligrams. I think I got all the way to 125, maybe 150. I was really just testing it out to see what would help me better. But all in all, during my 11 and a half months in Zoloft, it really helped me build good habits. It really helped me at that period of my life. And I think you should look at taking antidepressants as a segue to get where you want to go. You don't always have to be on them, depending upon what you have. And for anyone that actually deals with something very terrible, like depression, like severe depression, my heart goes out to you. You're not alone. You're awesome. Be who you are and embrace it. And if you have to take antidepressants all your life, take them. If that allows you to live your life, do what you have to do. I always had the idea that, I have to be strong. I've got to be better than this. I don't need a pill to allow me to live my life. But guess what? That's just me lying to myself. Taking a little pill to live my life, to live your life, do it. If it's every day for the rest of your life until you pass away, do it. If it's for a year, 6 months, whatever it is, to get through a period of your life where you need a little help, do it. There's nothing wrong. So my overall experience with Zoloft, other than coming on it, was good. I think from like month 8 to 10, I started kind of feeling numb. So what I mean by that is like things that actually should kind of cross my mind and give me like a little bit of rational worry were not coming across my mind. I lived in Utah all the time, and my first season out there for snowboarding, I would get near cliffs and try to find powder and maybe get myself in some sketchy situations. It would just wrap my mind and I couldn't get over it. And I'd be like, oh my God, what if I fell off this cliff, or what if I did this? And those are rational, but there were other, days where I wasn't even close to a cliff or anything like that. And I would think about it and it would really bother me. So my second season, I was on Zoloft probably 3 to 4 months in, and December opening day started, and I felt a lot better. Like, yeah, stuff would cross my mind, but I knew that I was being safe out there. I knew I was taking precautions, and if I had something where I had a little bit of a sketchy call, I would just evaluate and say, hey, Lee, nothing happened. You're totally fine. Let's think about what we can do next time just to make it a little safer. And that's what I would do, and I moved forward. And my day would not be consumed about what if this happened, what if that happened. I could get to work after taking a break to go snowboarding. So overall, antidepressants really help me to live my life. I deal with OCD as well. If anyone has OCD watching this video, you know that if you have one habit and you break one habit, that you are going to find another habit. For example, let's say that you can't leave the house without checking the stove and making sure it's off, or making sure all the lights are off, or making sure all the faucets are off. And you break one of those habits, you'll surely find something else. But Zoloft really helped me break those habits. Not all the way. I still do it to this day, but not as often at all. It doesn't consume my day. Basically, my OCD built up to having this irrational notion that when I would drive, let's say I'm driving, I feel like a bump in the road, I would think I hit someone. And I'd literally turn around, drive back, whether it's a mile, 3 miles, and I'd have to repeat that circle. And then driving back would make it worse. I hit another bump. And I could be driving for like an hour straight. And this could be like a 5-minute drive home. And it was just debilitating. And I quickly realized, like, with the Zoloft did help the OCD, but not as much as it did with anxiety and irrational or intrusive thoughts. Because the OCD is really habitual. I remember listening to a podcast, and this lady was saying, who deals with certain patients like myself with OCD, about irrational fears of hitting someone and thinking you hit someone even though it's just a bump in the road. Or, you know, you look up to your right and look at, I don't know, a sunset, and then you look back and you're like, oh my God, I just took my eyes off the road for half a second. I must have hit someone. Well, she said something very helpful, and I'll make a specific video regarding, OCD driving fears. But she said, and it sounds very brutal to say this, but it's really helped me kind of progress in the area, in the way I wanted to. And her basic rules were, if there's not a body and there's not blood under your windshield, you cannot turn back. And as brutal as that sounds, and as brutal as it sounded to me, it's the number one thing that helped me. Yes, antidepressants help with OCD, but not as well as they do for intrusive thoughts. Maybe another pill, not Zoloft, but another alternative antidepressant could help better with OCD. But I've noticed the biggest change in my life for OCD is habitual. So really having to say, hey, Lee, you are not turning around. I don't care what you might have felt in the road or whatever. If you hit someone, that you're going to know that. And whoever else deals with this watching this video, if you don't deal with this, you're going to be like, what's this dude talking about? But for those of you that do deal with irrational thoughts about hitting someone in a car, even when you're like hitting a little bump or whatever in the road, it's all habit. So just remember, keep driving, don't turn back. Because every time I turn back, even to this day, I might have an episode once a week or once every 2 weeks. If I turn back, it's like, it just makes it worse. And any other rational person would be like, well, the more you drive around in a circle, more likely you are going to hit someone. But when you're dealing with this and you're so wrapped around the obsessive compulsiveness of making sure you didn't hit anyone, you don't care about that. So, to kind of close this video, when I was getting to the point from 8 to 10 months, I really didn't feel like myself. And I had some friends and family members notice that I wasn't myself. I would never say that Zoloft really changed who I was, but people could notice that I was definitely numb to things, and I was more like a robot, so to speak. So I felt like I was in a pretty good position at that point in my life where, hey, I'm going to stop taking Zoloft. And for anyone that is getting off antidepressants, I took a month and I tapered off for a month before I got off of them. And even that was not short enough for me. I mean, I can't tell you the thoughts I had and the migraines and these like spasms and my, like these shocks. It's hard to describe unless you've been through it, but I would taper off and really consult with your provider, like tapering off like 2 to 3 months. When I was getting off of them, I just wanted to get off of them. And I wasn't going to quit cold turkey because I knew that wasn't the right approach and that really could lead to bad things. But I would definitely consult with your provider and try to figure out a really good plan so you don't have as many symptoms as I did. And I'll make a specific video regarding those, but just in this video, I want to make sure that when you are deciding to get off any antidepressant, taper off of them and slowly. So I hope this video helps you guys. If you need to take an antidepressant for the rest of your life, there's nothing wrong with that. Get through the first 2 weeks and don't make a change until you've been 90 days in. That's my recommendation from my experience. Get through the first 2-3 weeks. I promise you things will get better. I would advise you to start taking your antidepressant on a Thursday. So let's say you work Monday through Friday. Don't take them on a Monday because the whole week you're going to feel like crap and you're going to have to be working and it's just going to be miserable. I would take it on a Thursday, maybe feel crappy Thursday, Friday, and then have Saturday and Sunday to be day 3 and 4. And then probably as you get from like day 5 to 9, from my experience, it's a lot better. It's not great, but it's a lot better. And just take 12.5 to start. Don't take 25 right away. Other people might tell you different. Listen, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just giving you my experience. So I hope this video helped you guys. I will be making a lot of videos to make sure that I'm spreading my knowledge, my experiences with antidepressants on and off of them, and what I deal with on a daily basis. You're not alone, guys. God bless you. Leave any leave any comments down below that regarding any videos that you would like me to cover, any topics that you would like me to cover, I'd be happy to help. Be happy to cover anything I can. And hey, keep at it. You're beautiful the way you are. Embrace what you have. I embrace my anxiety. I embrace my OCD. And you are unique because of it. And love you guys. Subscribe to this channel. We're going to be having a lot of content out there. Like this video. This would be very helpful for my channel. And as always, guys, you're not alone. I love you guys. Stay strong out there. And hope this video helped.